So the film begins in an office where a lot of employees are being fired. We see Jack, the owner of the company, anyone who is very worried because of the downfall of their company and business. He also fired many employees. Despite firing the employees, Jack still had a very upset look on his face. His face showed that he was struggling in his life too. During this, a hyper old man comes to him. He tells that he has been working in this company for the last several years and only a few months. I am about to retire. Jack had fired him from his company. That man, Jack, I was requesting that please, even if you do not give me salary or give me less salary, but please don't fire him from the company. But Jack doesn't listen to him and instead starts convincing him. We can't do it like this. The old man gets angry after hearing Jack's refusal. And the old man takes out a gun from his pocket. Seeing the gun, everyone, even Jack, is stunned. He becomes very panicky and closes his eyes and requests this man. Please don't kill me. My wife has just had a miscarriage and is battling depression. Life is fighting death, and if I die in such a situation, she will also die. As soon as he said this, there was a deep silence, and then the sound of a gunshot was heard. A lot of blood splatters on Jack's face, and Jack sees that the old man had committed suicide, and seeing all this happen before his eyes, Jack goes mad. He was starting to lose control of himself. With great difficulty, he normalizes himself and he says that he will not be in this city for the next few days. He immediately calls his wife Amy and tells her that they are leaving for a trip tomorrow. Amy is overjoyed, and Jack leaves for a while before heading home. He came here to change his mood, but even these external things did not reduce the anger within him, and he was getting very disturbed by one girl in particular, the girl who was repeatedly fighting with the bar attendant just for a drink. Jack was tired of shutting that girl up. He tells the bartender to please give him a drink. I will pay for it. Now the girl is impressed by Jack's action. She gets up from her seat and comes to Jack. She begins to talk to Jack and even expresses her love for him. But here Jack stops him from saying such things and tells him clearly, I am married, and I have absolutely no intention of cheating on my wife. After this awkward scene, Jack leaves and returns the next morning. We see Jack and his wife, Amy, leaving for vacation. Amy's expression clearly shows that she is very upset, but she is also satisfied with her husband, who is struggling to keep her normal. During this trip, Jack starts receiving messages from the girl from the bar. The girl's name was Julia, and Julia was saying to Jack, I know very well you are with your wife. I love her very much. I don't want to betray her. I don't want to hurt you, and if you really want to, if she doesn't get upset, you'll have to give me 500,000 euros. Otherwise, I'll tell him the story about the bar. It was a strange thing. Nothing like that happened at the bar. Jack had just offered her a drink, and she was blacking out over it. Jack was also a big businessman. He was not a stupid person. He was not prone to blackmail. Instead, he tells her that my lawyer will deal with you. Saying this, she switches off her phone without even noticing that Julia is there at this time. Had sent him something, and he focuses all his attention on Amy and his trip. Later, these people reach their hotel, spend the night there, and return home the next morning. He had planned to take a hot air balloon ride. The balloon operator told him, here it is told that another girl is also going to come with them, whom these people were waiting for a long time. We wait, and finally when that girl comes, we come to know that she is someone else, and it was none other than Julia. As soon as Julia arrives, the balloon starts moving, and their trip begins. It starts up. At first, everything was fine. Jack didn't have much of a problem either, but then, I don't know why Jack started feeling uncomfortable. It seemed, when Julia started talking to Amy, there was one strange thing. I don't know from where Julia got all this information, or maybe Jack had told her some things at the bar yesterday. But this time, she knew that Kiami had a miscarriage, and she was worried. Jack tries to take better care of her than before. He is doing this, and she was also taking care of all these things. Now, even Amy had noticed that ever since Julia had come here, Jack had been feeling uncomfortable ever since, well, some time passes like this, after which Amy asks Julia to click a picture of us. Julia happily does this work, and now she wants Jack. She asks him if he can also click a picture of her. He had deliberately handed over his own mobile phone to her, because earlier there was a message written from there that, if you don't give me the money, you will regret it a lot, but ignoring this message, he takes a picture of it, and the reason for ignoring the message, this makes Julia even more angry, and now the conversation between Jack and Julia, I was getting personal. Julia pulls that curtain down, and in front of everyone, Jesse says, enough is enough. You have to pay me and end this matter right now. Here, Amy also immediately says, which matter, which money? Before Julia can speak, Jack tells Amy, hey, don't pay attention to what this girl says. She is crazy. Making noise at the bar at night. I just asked the bartender to get her a few drinks, and since then she has been blackmailing me. Now hearing this, Amy also gets angry, and Amy tells Julia, she starts scolding him, saying that you should be ashamed of blackmailing someone. Julia replies, It's your husband who should be ashamed, not me, because he drinks. After getting it done, he even recovered the money for that drink from me. He came close to me and hearing that he has a birthmark on his chest is enough to prove this. Amy was also shocked because there was actually a birthmark on Jack's body. When Amy looked at Jack, Jack said, "Oh, come on, we went to the beach, shirtless photos." She has seen this on social media. Jack now tells Julia that you can't blackmail me so easily. I can't do it here for the time being. Even Julia remains silent, as if her lie is true. If you are caught blackmailing, then this trick of Julia does not work. So now you can use the operator's chip. She takes out a knife from her hand and points it at Jack, telling him to kill me. The operator gets scared by this whole situation and calls the station below on the walkie-talkie. Before he can say anything, Julia kills the bachelor and takes care of all this. Meanwhile, Jack attacks Julia from behind to capture her. The operator also helps the Jack by hanging it on one side of the basket, so he can take Julia's knife from her hand. But here Julia does not give up the knife, and during this whole fight, the knife in Julia's hand also cuts the gas pipe. Due to bursting of the gas pipe, the cylinder above, a fire erupts below, and Julia's body catches fire. From above, the operator quickly closes the cylinder so that the fire can be controlled, so that they can go and from below these people put clothes on Julia and then extinguish the fire of the Julia. Now because the gas was leaking, because of this they could not turn on the cylinder. And until the cylinder could be turned on, by then, the balloon could no longer be controlled. Another way to control the balloon was to control the wall at the top of the balloon. This wall was connected by a rope, but now that rope is also largely the cause of the fire. It was burnt, and the end of the rope was far away from their hands. Gradually, the balloon reaches a height where there is very little oxygen. Their health also starts deteriorating, and this also happens lest a plane should come or collide with them. Because planes fly at such a height, the risk of accidents has increased. Now the operators risk their lives to catch the rope to open the upper wall. Climbs over the basket, and before he can grab the ball's rope and gain control, here, Juhuli regains consciousness from below and she attacks the balloon operator. He is pushed down, and thus the poor man dies. Before she can do anything else, he faints again. The balloon was rising steadily, and there was very little oxygen left. Jack had also fainted due to lack of oxygen, and Amy panicked after seeing this. He had to bring this balloon down at any cost. He was also feeling dizzy, but she didn't give up and climbed up like an operator and finally got hold of the rope. He caught hold of it, brought it down, and tied it to the cylinder. The top wall opened, and the balloon started coming back down. Jack regained consciousness after receiving oxygen. As soon as he regains consciousness, he first binds Julie's hands and feet, after which he sees that his wife is now angry with him, because somewhere deep down he was starting to believe what Julie was saying. Jack tells her, "You're being too much with me. I am telling you about birthmark." Then he would know it must have been when he stalked me on social media. He also takes out a picture of himself and shows it, in which a mark on his chest is visible. Seeing this, Amy began to trust Jack once again. While both of them were talking, they did not even notice that these people were very close to the mountains. They had come too close, and their balloon was about to collide with the mountains. The upper burner were not walking, due to which they could not control the direction to lose weight. To do this, they decided to throw a lot of things down so that their balloon could float. They could fly a little higher and not collide with the mountains, but that doesn't mean much. It is of no use. And ultimately, the balloon crashes into a mountain peak. It bursts. His good idea was that due to the reduction of air in the balloon now bursts on its own. He was far away from the mountains. Meanwhile, they see that Julia is also suffering from pain down below. Amy gives Julia water to drink. Despite all the hardships Julia faced, she remembered only one thing, that Jack must pay her the money because he has wronged her. Amy and Jack ignore his words this time, and these people are busy controlling their balloon. The balloon now reaches the clouds. They were feeling very cold here and could not even see each other. They were able to come, and taking advantage of this, Julia opens her hands. Jack can't see. While talking, she is still asking Jack to give her money, so Jack tells her, "I don't understand, I paid for you later. Helped you." To which Julia calls him a liar, as well as she starts saying a lot more, and Jack gets angry at this. Jack tells her, "Now you're blaming me." Julia says, "I'm not accusing you, you're really cruel. You remember that man who was your employee for years? He kept pleading with you not to fire him from his job, but you did not listen to him, and he committed suicide." Hearing this, Jack as well as Amy break down, and both of them, here he understands that this girl has come here to avenge her father. The two are silent for a moment. And at that moment, Julia gets up and stabs Jack with her knife. Amy intervenes and saves Jack, but it is of no use. The knife had stabbed Jack. It was his good luck that the knife had stabbed him in the heart. Instead, she was stabbed in the shoulder. She was injured, but her life was saved. This time, Amy was very nervous and tried to calm Julia down because she knew Julia is furious and says, "I'll get you the money, trust me. And give me this knife." Julia was about to give the knife to Emmy, but then Jack attacked Julia from behind, carrying a cylinder. Julia was hit on the spot by a slender head. He died, and Amy was devastated. She saw her husband commit a murder in front of her. She gets very nervous, she cries and says, "Why did you do that, Jack? You were going to give me something like that." Jack says she wasn't going to give it, she would have harmed you. During their argument, they fail to notice again that their balloon is flying over the mountains. It had come in between, and now their balloon would have been damaged even more than before. Due to excessive damage, the balance of the balloon also starts deteriorating, and now both of them knew that they would soon fall to the ground. Julia was trying to save this balloon from someone. She wanted to fix it the right way, while Jack said that it was easier to balance the balloon. The way is to lose weight. But first of all, the extra things should be avoided. Jack suggests that Julia's body should be thrown down as well. But Amy wasn't ready for this. Jack no longer says anything to Amy, and Amy, with much effort, finally manages to get hold of this balloon. It turns on the burner and controls it, and these people are now in the mountains. We crossed this mountainous area very comfortably, being above. Now, after the tension of his life was over, he again came to Amy's house. She gets worried whether her husband was really cheating on her or not. Because of this, there is a debate between these two, and when this debate is about to get worse, then suddenly the basket breaks from under Mimi's feet, and she starts falling down. But she grabs the basket. Actually, when Julia caught fire, this basket got burnt and became weak. Amy calls out to her husband to save her, but he looks at her coquettishly from above. Even when Amy is about to lose, Jack saves her by holding her hand. Amy was deeply disturbed by what Jack had done this time. She wondered if Zach didn't want to save her. Did Zach want to get rid of her? She asks him, "Are you tired of me?" Jack apologizes and says, "No, I was just scared. I was not able to understand how to respond." Now Jack has also noticed that Amy's feelings for him have turned sour. She is suspicious, so Jack believes her to be even more of a mafia and realizes he tells her that everything he has done in his life has been for Amy. Business trip. Jack has started all this business to give a good lifestyle to his wife. He has made every sacrifice for his wife, and he loves her the most. They are still talking about it, but they do not even realize it. Their balloon goes high up into clouds, where there was a lot of storm and rain. Due to the strong winds and bad weather of this cloud, their balloon gets further damaged. And at the same time, the burner of their balloon also stops due to rain, due to which they lose their unable to control the direction of the balloon. Imani now risks his life by flying on top of the balloon. She climbs up and throws down the torn part of the balloon, which Jack ties to the basket, after which they succeed in turning on the burner from above, and finally, these people are able to inflate their balloon. They take them out of the stormy area, and finally notice that these people are living in a hilly area. They have come away from here, and the weather here was also good. Due to the button being on these people, now he was slowly going down, and he was hopeful that his life would be saved. He starts remembering Julia's words again, and asks Sex about the birthmark. So he saw it on social media, but how did he know the brand of your socks? "I even told you the brand of your socks." Jack says, "It's no big deal either. Sometimes a person sits in such a way that his pants go up. This happens, and the brand of the socks becomes visible." Amy says, "Okay, I accept that too. If you really didn't do anything, Julia, there shouldn't be anything about you on my phone." Saying this, she starts searching for Julia's phone here and there, and Jack, he sees Julia's phone lying right next to her dead body, so he cleverly drops Julia's phone down from the balloon basket. He drops it, and here we suspect that Jack is also trying to hide something. When Amy can't find Julia's phone, she asks Jack for his phone. Jack already had nothing on his phone, so he foolishly gave his phone to Amy. Even Jack had deleted those messages, but Amy was much smarter. He retrieved Julia's messages from the deleted folders. At first, nothing was visible in the messages. It just seemed like a clever... The girl is trying to trap an innocent girl, but then Amy finds a video in it. Jack opens this video at the start of the movie and watches it. He didn't even bother to check it, and that video ends up trapping Jack. Inside this video was all the truth about Jack. It turns out that Jack, who has been pretending to be innocent throughout the movie, is actually the culprit. Julia was telling the truth, and Amy is devastated to learn this. Now that Jack knew, when Cammy won't believe him, he admits the truth and says, "Yes, I went close to her, but my emotions were not like that. I just love you. I can never betray you. But you also see, we haven't been close to each other for months." In all this, after seeing all this, I do Amy, also Jack. They start abusing him, and Jack gets angry. His ego gets the better of him, and he even shows Amy her face. That mean person says very strange things to Amy like, "What were you?" A simple teacher who teaches in a high school. "The salary was less than that of the sweeper working in my office? Where did I bring you from, and where did I make you sit? Gave you a lifestyle you never imagined?" Hearing such things about myself, Amy starts crying. She never imagined Jack could be so mean, so calculating. Now Amy also replies to him that whatever Julia said about you was true. You are a timeless person, and you should not live. I was the one who wasted my life on you. She threatens him to tell the police the truth. I'll tell you that you killed Julia, and you won't survive. Hearing this, Jack starts laughing because he knows that he would kill Amy before she could tell him. As he moves towards Amy to kill her, he himself falls into the hole. This is where Mimi had fallen earlier. This is the same thing that happens when one digs a pit for others. He falls into it and calls Amy for help to save his life. But Amy, she also kept looking at him exactly the same way he was looking at Amy. Amy did not help him. The basket even slipped from his hand and he was about to fall down. But he managed to hang down. He grabbed another rope and kept trying to come up again and again, and seeing this, Amy lying on the side drags Julia's body and drops it on Jack. Jack dies because of what Julia couldn't do. Amy had already had Julia's body do the same thing while she was alive, after Julia's death. He had avenged Julia, as well as himself, by finally killing Jack. After all, as soon as both of them suddenly fell down, this balloon also falls down and catches fire. As soon as the fire breaks out, the bodies of both of them burn, and the evidence also burns automatically. Amy moves on silently as life takes revenge for what has been done to her. He had taken it upon himself, and now his life was easy, and he could live his life in his own way. She was going to live from this, and thus the movie ends with Amy moving on.